Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sujey with sujey.plans, and in today's video I want to share with you my collection of pink leather planner covers. I really love the color pink, especially as we enter spring and summer here in the US, and I've loved incorporating these colors into my planner collection for the warmer months of the year. In today's video, I want to share with you some of my covers, talk a little bit about the color variations. I'll talk price points, leathers, and kind of where you can find these different covers. And by all means, is this not the end all be all of all the pink planner covers out there? There are just so many wonderful options out there, but I thought it might be helpful to share the few that I do have and compare and contrast if you're thinking about picking up a new pink planner, or if you're just kind of curious about how to incorporate this color into your collection. All right, so let's jump in. Oh, and really quickly, before I forget, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button below if you find anything useful in today's conversation. All right, so let's jump in. So I've got a Gillio in the epoca leather in the Lotus cover in the medium Campagna. That's all the way to my left here. After that, I've got the Moterm Elite Personal Rings Planner in the color Quartz. This is in their pebbled leather. After that, I have a Bujoplanner cover. Now, this is actually in combination with the smooth black leather, but this beautiful pink pebbly leather is pebbled mauve. And then last but not least, at the end here, I've got a Moterm B6, and this is in the color Dusty Rose. So I kind of want to start maybe from darkest to lightest, but I'm going to try to keep them all relatively in this in camera so that you can look at color comparisons as we chat. So I'll start with probably one of the most like popular, or that like a color that you've probably seen a ton of times if you're at all involved in the planner community. And this is a Moterm B6 in the Dusty Rose color. It has a darker tone than some of the other colors. It definitely has like a grayish, like brownish hues in the pink. It has very much like of a professional vibe, a little bit more serious, if you'd ask me. It's not like clearly pink. Sometimes it might look different to you depending on the lighting. I think there's some taupey hues, etc. But I find it to be like a very serious and professional version of pink, which I really like. And I think you've seen this cover probably in many sizes, and it is really a popular color for Moterm. And this is in their pebbled leather. This Moterm is going for $49.99 USD on Amazon at the moment. And I'm sure there'd be a similar price directly through Moterm or a shop like AliExpress, where you can also find Moterm. But with the current tariff situation right now, I'm really not sure what that price point would be with the current politics of the time. But it is on Amazon right now for that price. And this is just, if you're curious, housing my daughter's 5-year diary. It's a little cliche, but I like to keep my daughter's diary in a pink cover. All right, so moving on, let's talk about this gorgeous Bujoplanner semi-custom. And all that means is that I couldn't pick exactly like any leathers that I wanted. I had to pick from a specific menu for the planner itself and then for the pocket. The pocket has this smooth black leather, and then there's this beautiful pebbled mauve. It's not quite as brown or taupey as the Dusty Rose, but not quite as bright as the Quartz and the Lotus. I do really love, there's some hints of gray in here as well, but I think this presents a lot more pink forward than a Dusty Rose might. The way that Bujoplanner does her covers is that she offers certain leathers, some more consistently than others. So I'm not sure if this particular leather will be in stock anytime soon or even at the moment, but I know it's something that you can look out for if it does like appear on her menu of options in the future. Something to keep in mind. This is an A6 with an elastic band, and this is housing my health planner. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful cover. And if I do like a pebbled leather as well, so I was excited when this leather became available. And I do love the combination of pink and black. So this is something really pretty. The quality is amazing. It's definitely far superior to the quality of Moterm. Um, but it also comes at a higher price point. This semi-custom was about 125 USD for an A6, but the quality is impeccable. I do think worth every penny, and I can't wait to see this pebbled mauve restocked because I would love this cover in like an A5. Or even in a B6. I think I would really love to swap out my daughter's cover, my daughter's Dusty Rose, for a Bujoplanner pebbled mauve. I just think that's really stunning. So that is that. Really beautiful. Next up, we have another Moterm, and technically I think this one is the lightest. So maybe I will do the Gillio. So this is a Gillio in the in the epoca leather in the color Lotus. I was blessed by the planner fairies to have found someone destashing this medium campagna, which is a personal rings cover, in this beautiful Lotus with gold rings. I was truly blessed by the planner fairies. But I absolutely love this cover. The leather is so soft. The texture is perfect. And again, the softness and the quality of this leather is just supreme. I really do understand what all the hype is about when it comes to this epoca leather. The unfortunate part, though, is that this leather and this color hasn't been restocked in maybe 2 years on the Gillio website. So I really do believe that the planner fairies blessed me in being able to find it in a D stash and with gold rings. It was just, you can't beat that. So I'm really excited about having this new addition in my collection because the cover is absolutely gorgeous. You can see the difference between this kind of a leather and this pebbled leather, or the pebbled leather in the Moterm. It does kind of give this planner a different feel because you don't have that pebbly texture, but I do love the natural texture that's in this Gillio. And I do think that I prefer it, right? But this planner is also going to cost me a lot more had I bought it like retail, so to speak, than some of these other pebbled leather options. This planner, my guess is that if it would be to become restocked, would probably run you anywhere from $350 to $400, maybe more, with shipping and possible tariffs. But you are getting a better quality leather. That goes without saying. But it's maybe not as accessible than some of these other planner covers. But this is clearly my favorite just because the quality is so amazing. And it is a really beautiful pink. It really is like a light sakura pink. I know they call it lotus, but it is a really pretty light pink. It's not too aggressive. It's very soft. It also has some brighter undertones. You can really see in looking at that in comparison to Dusty Rose, as well as the pebbled mauve. That's a little bit more purpley than this. I think this is really truly a like a baby pink. Love this cover. So, so excited I got my hands on it. It's absolutely stunning. Last but not least, so what's so interesting is that I had actually ordered this cover before I found this Gillio being destashed. So this was supposed to kind of tame my pink planner desires. And then I was blessed with the Gillio, but I probably wouldn't have ordered this Moterm had I found the Gillio before it. But that's okay. Everything happens for a reason. If nothing else, I'm super happy to be able to share this color a little bit more broadly with the community, because it was really hard to find videos featuring Moterm quartz, pink quartz. So I'm also happy to be able to share. It is, again, a really pretty powdery baby pink, really has Sakura vibes as well. I think in terms of all of these planners, it compares very closely to the Gillio. The leather quality is not comparable to the Gillio, but this is still, Moterm's very, reliable and safe and a great value for your dollar pebbled leather that they offer. This cover is the Elite. So that just means it's slightly different than the traditional personal rings Luxe or the personal rings 2.0, I think. There's just no back pocket, and there are some other differences in the layout and the construction. But I really, really do dislike a back pocket in Moterms. So I was really excited to be able to pick up the Elite. And I know it's also available right now in a couple of other of the pebbled leather covers. Pink quartz is one of the newer colors that Moterm has released. And I know that that's contributing to why I couldn't find a ton of videos on it. But I really, really do like the color. Honestly, I don't feel any regrets about being able to find the Gillio, but I do think that had I not found the Gillio, I would have been quite satisfied with this planner and this cover and this color. It's just really pretty. I really like it. I would have been fine until I could, of course, get my hands on a Gillio Lotus. I would have been fine because this is really a beautiful color, and I'm really, really excited that the Moterm has added this cover because it's really, really pretty. And just so you know, folks, this planner comes with silver rings, but I swapped it out for some gold that I had in my stash. And again, as you can see, in comparison to Dusty Rose, and that would probably be a fair comparison because we're talking about the same brand here. If you have Dusty Rose and you're wondering what the pink quartz comparison is like, here you go. Here you go. It is quite different. It is really, really different. And not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. But this is the pink quartz, and in comparison to Dusty Rose, both from Moterm. The pink quartz, I picked it up for $57.99 USD with shipping, but that was before tariffs kicked in. So I couldn't tell you where that price point might be now with those tariffs. But it is wonderful. And unfortunately, the Elite version is not available on Amazon. But this quartz color is available in the Luxe Personal Rings edition. If you really just want to get your hands on quartz, you're worried about like shipping and tariffs and all these things going on, it's available right now on Amazon. I'll link that in my Amazon storefront below. It's available right now on Amazon in this quartz cover. It's just with a slightly different layout, and it does have a back pocket. But I'm feeling fortunate that I was able to pick it up before the tariffs kicked in. And so that is my humble pink planner collection. I love all of them. I think Dusty Rose, now that I have the Lotus and the quartz in my possession, are really losing its appeal. I just really am gravitating towards these lighter colors. Even the Bujoplanner, I know it's a little darker, but it just really hits more pink to me than the dusty rose. I think sometimes the dusty rose almost feels like beige, like a rosy beige or like a beigey rose. I don't know. Tell me what you think about that. Like, how would you define this color if you didn't know that it was titled Dusty Rose? What would you call this? I just don't feel like it has quite the same pink vibes in comparison to these three other covers that I have here. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comment. I'd love to hear what you think. I've also got my eye on a VDS Sakura. It's one of their leathers that just seems very true pink. I think it might fall somewhere in between this mauve and the Lotus, but that's just another pink planner that I have my eye on, and that I might think about, if I can save up for it, because it's another pink planner that I kind of have on my wish list. So thank you so much for watching, y'all. I hope this was helpful in helping you think about um, picking up a pink planner, what kind of leathers look, what the kind of the look is of these planners. And I hope that Dusty Rose served as a good comparison point, because it's just something that we're so familiar with. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. If anything, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Leave your questions down below if you have any. I'm happy to answer them for you. And I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.